everybody, and welcome to today's Tip of the Week episode. I'm your host, Lori Palau. I'm so happy that you're here. If you're listening to this in real time, I just want to remind you guys that our registration is open for our Clutter Clinic series. This is our this is your opportunity to hop in with me and sit in on a live workshop where I'm going to get to teach tips and strategies for different areas of our home that cause us stress. Everything from playrooms to kitchens, pantries, closets, paper, all the things. And each month we're doing a different topic. And it's a great way to help you get jump started in your decluttering journey. And even if you are somebody who's fairly organized, this is a great reminder to that of the things that you're either doing to like say, hey, I'm on the right track, or maybe you're going to learn a new tip or strategy that you hadn't done before. Maybe there's a way that for you to simplify something that you've already been doing. And I'd love to have you join us. It's a way for me to bring all of our This Organized Life podcast community together and allow me to interact with you guys live and in real time. So I'm very excited for this. You must register to attend the Clutter Clinic. And we have a link in the show notes, but you can also visit our website, which is simply the letter B like boy organized.com/workshop. And you can go and choose the topics that resonate with you, or we have a bundle if you want to do all of them. So it would be great. Okay, now back to today's episode. If you listened last week, you know that for the month of March, I am picking a different little spring cleaning area. And what I wanted to do, because I always talk about doing things in small little incremental chunks, is just break things down into little bite-sized areas that you can tackle as you are starting to embark on your spring cleaning journey. And one of the areas that I thought would be super fitting would be linens. And the idea for this actually came out of my own um, experience right now. If you follow us on social media, you know that we are in the process of renovating a new vacation/investment property. And I've been doing some reels online, kind of sharing the home, giving you guys a walkthrough, talking about the things that we've been doing. And as part of this renovation, obviously we have beds of different sizes. We've got sheets and towels, stuff that I had to buy, and trying to keep it organized, especially whether it's your primary residence or it's a rental property. There are things that you need to think about, and we want to make it really easy for you. And so, as I was going through this process in real time, I said, you know what? I think we all need this reminder every now and again to go through our linens. The other thing is, I was with a client the other day and working in her basement with her and found bins of old blankets and linens and things that were just taking up space. And I think we kind of like get like clutter blind on things that we have that just take up space. They take up unnecessary real estate. And so to go through that periodically and be like, yep, I'm no longer using this, or this was for a bed that we don't even have that anymore and we don't even use it. This is really important. And as somebody also, if any of you are out there and you've got kids in different seasons. Like you have those little kids where you go from cribs to toddler beds to, big girl or boy beds. You have those sheets. And then also for my college age, peers out there, I know I've got different size sheets from when the girls were both in school. So we've got like twin XL, and I might not have a twin XL bed anymore. So just taking inventory and stock of what you have is so, so important. So the first step for your linen closets, and again, just like I said with the medicine cabinets, this could be more than one space, but you want to take all of your sheets and towels. And you can pick one if it's too overwhelming. Just do sheets or just do towels. You want to assess what you have. The first thing is assess what, and this is so tedious, guys, for sheets because I don't understand why they can't make it easier to just be like, this is a twin sheet, this is a full, this is a queen, this is a king. I mean, yes, it's very easy to distinguish between a twin and a king, but I'm telling you, to distinguish between a full and a queen just by bird's eye view is a lot tougher than it looks. And it can be very annoying, at least for me, because then folding and unfolding a fitted sheet is not my jam. But again, assessing what you have. And so, what I like to do is just bring all the sheets out, try to make sets. So, I want to have my fitted sheet, my flat sheet, my pillowcases. Put that together. See what we have as a match. And maybe you're somebody that doesn't use a flat sheet. I know there's like some people that don't use a flat sheet. That's fine. If you're not a flat sheet person and you don't have people in your house that are flat sheet people, just don't, you can, I give you permission to donate them. You can just get rid of them. You do not need to keep them. But if you are somebody that likes a complete set of sheets, you want to try to match and make sure everything has a match. Just like when we do Tupperwares, we want to make sure that they all, every bottom has a lid that matches. So you want to make sure you have a complete set of sheets. That is the first thing. And then you can say, okay, these are odds and ends. They don't have a match for whatever reason. And I would put them off to the side. And then I would look at the ones that you have and just say, are we really using these? I like to live by the rule of two. That is what I've said it on other episodes. It bears repeating, especially for anybody that's a newer listener. I have the rule of two for sheets. That means you have the one that's on your bed, and then you have a spare. Now, if you have young kids, and maybe they have accidents or whatever, you might want to have an extra set. Or if you live in a cold weather climate and you have like a flannel set, those are exceptions to the rule. If you are somebody that likes to have a holiday set of sheets, like, oh, I know people have like Christmas sheets or whatever, that is also an exception to the rule. However, sidebar, anytime you have like a holiday set of sheets, and this goes also for like dish towels and stuff, I store those not with sheets and towels. I store that with holiday. So I want my linen closet to have my everyday current rotation stuff. So if you have holiday in there and it's adding to the clutter, then I would relocate that and move it to your holiday stuff. Now, obviously, if you have a large space, a large linen closet you're working with, and it can live there without, taking up rent from another item that could really use it, then that's fine. But normally, I like to store anything that's holiday related with the holiday items. So again, you want to have two sets of sheets, and I also people say two towels. I like to do four towels, maybe because I'm also a mom of girls, and I know that sometimes they have one towel on their head and one towel on their body. So if you only have two, then you don't have time to cycle. So I think four towels per person, two sets of sheets. That's kind of like what I like to do. And so then if you're like, I have way more than that, then it's making those tough decisions of which ones do we like, which ones do we not like, what do we use, what do we not use. Now, if you also are like, well, we have people that stay over and we either have, if you don't have a traditional guest bed, but maybe you have air mattresses, you want to account for sheets for that too. So anytime you have a bed that somebody sleeps in, or if you're making up a couch, anything, you want to make sure that you have two sets of sheets for that as well. At least one, but you could have up to two sets of sheets for that, you know, those guest items as well. And so I think that is, that is first and foremost. So once you're able to declutter what you've had, and this goes for towels too. So if we're doing towels, again, you want to look at what's frayed, what is old, what is torn, what are the ones that you don't use, and then decide, am I going to repurpose them as rags? Am I going to use them as rags and then move them to like a different area where I keep rags? Or maybe it's going to like, okay, we don't use this. Now I'm going to use this for the dog, whatever. You can do that. Or you could say, you know what? I'm going to donate them. things like SPCA. They are great places to donate sheets, blankets, towels, all that stuff. Sometimes also your local emergency services. You can call your non-emergency police and fire lines in your local community and say, hey, do you guys take these? Because oftentimes they are in need of sheets, towels, whatnot, or blankets. And this is also true. And you can, again, linens is kind of like a big category. I also do this for comforters. Like if you've switched out your comforter, doesn't mean you need to keep the old one unless you want to for like a guest bed or like when people come over. But you don't need to hold on to them. You don't need to hold on to all the old pillow shams and throw pillows and other stuff. If you've cycled in something new, it's okay to cycle out the old. So again, not that I'm not a big fan of the one in, one out rule, but there is something to be said for that. You don't need to hold on to old sheets and towels and bedding. So that is something that I see a lot with people is holding on to old bedding. Now, some people, I'm not a big fan of, I personally don't do this. Not that I'm not a fan of it. I just don't do it, but I know like my mother-in-law is a big rotate seasonally person. Sometimes people will change out their bedding based on the season. They'll have heavier bedding in the winter, a lighter bedding in, the warmer months. If that's you, this is a great time for you to do that, to start cycling out. Maybe you are going to be removing one of the layers of your bedding. And so just making sure that you have ample storage for that, I think is really important. One thing, going back to the sheets for just a second, is I think it's really important or helpful to store your sheets like with like. So this could, I think it's, and I'm gonna have to do this in our new vacation house, is easily have a bin or a shelf or whatever that says twin sheets. So by size, twin sheets, full sheets, queen sheets, king sheets, whatever it is. So that when people go to make the bed, they know. Um, Especially if you're not the one doing it, if you are outsourcing that either to, a cleaning person, an organizer, your kids, spouse, whatever. If you're having somebody else do that, you want to make it easy. This is where those go. And also, this is great for parents. If you like in the middle of the night, if somebody has an accident and you have to quickly change, you can easily just go in and grab the right sheets without having to fumble through everything. So make sure when it comes to the organizing of it, you start putting your sheets like with like size wise, because that obviously makes a huge difference. Um, and then the other thing is, if it's okay to have like empty-ish space. I think for some people, there's this notion of like we need to like stock our linen closets for the apocalypse. And the reality of it is most of us probably are not using all of the stuff that we have. And so when we empty it out, there's this jarring feeling of like, I don't have enough, but we're so used to looking at the excess that we have to readjust what our benchmark is for, and I hate the word normal, but what is acceptable, right? What is it that we really need? And so not necessarily having your, each shelf filled from top to bottom is okay. Having some white space is fine, is good, it's healthy. And um we oftentimes, are using the same things over and over again. Our favorite sheets, our favorite towels, using our favorite blankets, whatever that looks like. And because we're doing laundry so frequently. And so knowing that we don't probably need the amount of stuff that we have is a realistic acceptance of, hey, it's okay for us to readjust what we have and be okay with this empty shelf or a half filled shelf of stuff. Just because we have the space doesn't mean that we need to fill it. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Linen closets, again, they are a clutter attractor. So take some time, go through them, and make sure that you are keeping just the stuff that you need, use, and enjoy. Don't forget, if you're interested in attending our clutter clinic, there's a link in our show notes, or visit simplybeorganized.com/workshop to register today. And I'll be back next week with another episode. Until then, I'm Lori Palau. Peace out.